Hi there. Okay, message for you today on their feelings towards you. Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. Their feelings towards you that they're not letting on. First card. I regret what I did to you. I'm hearing that this isn't just, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore. There's more than that. Okay, they caused you some pain. They caused you possibly some trauma. Okay, the way that they ended this, all right, but they regret what they did. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to get my tarot deck out in a bit and go into that in a little bit more detail. One more, please, but I can't let you go. Okay, so somebody doesn't want this to be over. Okay, are they being honest though? Are they being honest? Do they really regret it? Because this caused you, like I said, this caused you a lot of pain. It really affected your mental health, I'm hearing, and also your trust level. Because you didn't expect this. You never thought this person would flip like this, okay? Because they became very cold, like a brick wall. All right, and I'm even hearing that even when they saw you breaking and suffering, they did nothing. They did nothing. So, are they being honest? Is this really what's going on? Okay, they're going to come in and say that they've been working on themselves and they're not the same as I was before. But words can be cheap, you know. Words can be cheap. You need action. All right, you need some sort of solid action, not just pillow talk. Okay, you need action here. So I'm going to go into that for you. I'm going to have a look at which deck. We'll get this one out next. I'm going to have a look at, like I say, what's really going on, but are they being honest? I just want to know, are they being honest? And also the best possible outcome here, which will tie in to whether they're being honest or not. I feel that is the key here for you today. I feel that's the message that you need to hear. So I'll just give these a little shuffle. Like I said, I hope you are well, and I send you my love and a big hug, because these things leave scars. So I do understand what you're going through. I really do. And I send you all my love, okay? And thank you so much for your comments, your likes, subscribing, supporting the channel. It's really kind of you. And if you'd like more help and you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video. Underneath the description box, the link to the website is in there. Everything's on the website, and check out the free relationship report as well. And if you are new here, thank you so much for joining me, and if you'd like to see more content, just click the notification bell. That helps support the channel. Thanks ever so much. Are they being honest, Keeley? I don't know why I keep hearing that. Bluff. I don't know if they are, you know. I really don't feel it. Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. All right, what's going on in their environment? Why do they need to come in and hoover you back up? Some people don't change. You know, you can reconcile in relationships, and I always want to say this, you know, nothing's written in stone, and you can create anything you want. I'm just reading the energy, okay? But that energy can change at any time. Whatever you think you want to happen, if you focus on that, drop the old story, you can change anything. But I always have a caveat, and that's just life experience, really, that your energy is your currency. Your energy is vital for you, okay? And sometimes too much damage has been done in the fact that mentally they've caused so much, you know, the thoughts you have, and then you get triggered by things that trying to change an old story. Sometimes you can do it to a point, but then there's still things that will trigger you, okay? So I feel today that this person is not telling the whole truth. No, okay, I'll tell you why. Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Hangman, okay? And the Hangman has also come up, not in a very good energy. So I feel your person in their environment, why this message is coming out is they're feeling very stuck with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. They're quite greedy. They're quite lazy in some respects. They feel trapped. They don't feel that the situation they're in at the moment is going anywhere, okay? They are obsessed, I feel, with getting a lot for doing very little, okay? Getting a lot for doing very little. They have a total lack of direction where they are. They're, you know, when you sort of don't have any stability or you're just sort of like floating around, they've got no direction at all. So they're just feeling trapped in this waiting. They're like in a hangman. They're just sort of this way, that way, you know, but they are very much playing the victim. You know, and unfortunately there are people who do come back into people's lives who say that they've changed and this, that and the other, but if it's really sort of kind of toxic or, you know, narcissistic tendencies, then quite often it's because they've got fed up of where they are. It's not paying them. It's not exciting. They're not really feeling it anymore. Okay? But you know, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is someone who is just greedy, or they have a lack of energy. They're lazy. It's a typical energy of someone, it's just an analogy, of someone who'll just sit on the sofa and do nothing whilst you're sacrificing your time, your energy, and it's your energy that I feel was taken from you, and they're just quite happy just to kind of sit there, really, not really doing much of anything, and I don't really feel, to be honest, that they've particularly changed with these two cards. And that those two cards are really clarifying this one that came out. I don't know if you can see that, it probably is shiny. You know, bluff. It's a mask. You just have to look at the picture. And I just feel that that's this person, they're kind of soulless. They will mirror people to be accepted, I'm hearing, and then they will draw on other people's energy. But when you strip away you, okay, that's what I'm hearing, when we take you out of the equation of this relationship, this person really didn't have a lot to offer. They were really possibly at times quite boring, okay? It was you were the one that brought the spark to this connection. You were the one that made it what it is. And wherever they've gone now, it certainly isn't there with the Knight of Pentacles and the Hangman. You know, it's discontentment, apathy, just total detachment, okay? Right, let's just have a little look at a little bit more on their energy. What's their general energy as well, please? One more, please. Yeah, they're looking at moving, okay? They're looking at coming forward to speak to you, the Three of Wands. You know, Three of Wands is a moving card. It can be planning, it can be, you know, it's all about waiting for your ships to come in, but it's a card where you've made the decision. Okay, you've made a decision and you're moving forward. So there is a strong possibility that this person that you're connected into will come back. Okay. They feel that they made the wrong decision leaving you. I feel that wherever they are now, they're not getting, someone doesn't have the level of kindness that you had. You know, grass is greener and the grass is not greener. It's actually scorched. They haven't got that level of kindness, and you know, it's almost like they just want to move home. They want to come back. All right, so let's see what else we've got with their energy. But this is the truth. Okay, Page of Cups has come out in the reverse. Now, this is someone who is emotionally immature. Okay, someone who doesn't plan for tomorrow, but also somebody who, like I say, they're emotionally immature, sulky, petulant, but also, for me, it is a card of narcissistic tendencies, all right? Probably something that happened in childhood, you know, that their emotional development didn't quite go to plan. That is a nice way of putting it. So yes, they are in a very sulky state. But also this card with the fate card that I showed you earlier tells me that the offer, the message of love that's going to come in from this person isn't going to be what it seems. Okay, it's not going to be what it seems. Anything else on the environment, please? Anything else, please? Yeah, they not very good with their emotions. You know, they'd like to say that heat between you was intense. And I think it was intense. But I think for you, and don't make this fit if it's not your reading, but I think for you, it became very hot and cold. The heat, the intensity was you trying to work out what they were going to do next. Okay. And that's quite normal to think that it's kind of love in the end, because it's the way it rewires your brain. So don't ever think to yourself, why did I stay so long? Why did I do this? Don't. It's what happens. It's all to do. The oxytocin, the serotonin, they are nice to you, and you think, and you get a rush, okay, call it a rush in your brain, and then they're horrible, and then the brain is craving, like nicotine, say for example, it's craving that rush. So the cycle goes up and down, round and round and round and round, and it's very difficult to break out of. That's why people will stay in relationships that aren't particularly healthy and then get out of them and go back to them. You know, it's not that the person going back is weak or any of that. It's all to do with the physiology of how the brain works, because it rewires the way your brain works. And I think if this is you and you've gone through this, because this person's doing it again, they're hoovering, you know, they're going to come in and say that I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as I was before. But then we've got this fate card. So it's not just that you like had a row, they caused a lot of pain, and they're still doing it. They're going to do it again. But just because you might have gone back before, it's not you that's weak, because sometimes in these situations we go back and then everybody else is like, what on earth are you doing? But once you understand it's actually, these relationships are as addictive as substances, and that is science, okay, then you start to think, gosh, because it rewires your brain. Your brain starts to chase the highs and the lows of this kind of relationship like it chases nicotine or anything else that, you know, we shouldn't be doing but we like to do. It's exactly the same formula, okay? So this card's come out, I can't do this right now. They're just in that same energy. It's almost as if they just want to hoover you back in, but then they're going to go again. Yeah, I can't talk to you right now, but the heat between us is intense. It's play mind games. I was hurt by you. Oh, I've run. You know, let's see what the best possible outcome is. I just saw the Five of Swords. What's the best possible outcome, please? Crossroads. Message coming in. Yeah, they're going to message you. They're going to see if there's an opportunity. Judgment and Page of Wands. Judgment's all about, can we go back? Things from the past coming back. But it's also, you know, it never gives a clear answer. It's really, you know, have we run out of road? But the Page of Wands is telling me that you will get a message from this person. Okay? But the Seven of Wands is there. It's just, you know, simply there'll just be arguments again. You know, like, they just will always have you on the back foot. You'll never quite know where you are with this person. And everything I feel that they say is slightly fake. They paint a picture. It never quite gets there. You know, the holiday that they never book, or if they do book it, they make it miserable because that gives them a feeling of power. That's so common. Go on holiday with people with this type of energy and it's just an absolute nightmare. You'd wish you'd never bothered packing your, you know, packing any sort of bag because they're in la la land. They never ever deliver. And they will go, I feel, from one relationship to the next, painting the same picture. Yeah, they can keep it up. They come in with a lot of enthusiasm, confidence, fun, all of that. And then, you know, we can do this and we can have this. But it's all very, very fake. There's always a price to pay as well. And I'm just hearing that you never heard the end of anything they ever did. Yeah, it's fib. It's just no. It, you know, Seven of Swords. They're going to sell you the story. They're going to paint you the picture. They're going to be like an advert where they can do nothing wrong, and they're going to bring that energy in, okay? But underneath the surface, this person is not telling the truth. I still feel Seven of Swords. There will be deceit. There will be lies. It will only be temporary. But you know this anyway, I feel. I really do feel you know this. I think it is just a confirmation message. Let me get a card for you now. You know, they're disgruntled where they are. It's not working out. Their plans aren't working out. Their stability's not there. They could be focusing on money. They haven't got enough money. You know, they could be, like I say, sitting off the sofa. Maybe somebody's stopped the handouts, but they are just in victim mode. Victim mode. And they're good at telling you what they're going to do, but they never actually do it. Card for you. Right. This is a message for you. Things are working out beautifully, or they're going to for you. Okay? Your ship's going to come in. You may decide to build on the success or the changes that you're putting in place now, or you'll move on to something entirely different. You might be you might travel as well. This can be a move. If you're just sitting here thinking, am I going to move house? Yeah, you are. Okay. But it's telling you your ships are coming in, all right? There's something you've made a decision on. You haven't got the fruits of it yet. Maybe you're waiting for a job or a letter, whatever it is you're waiting for. Trust me, it's coming, okay? Focus on it. Live in the end. Ignore the 3D. Even if you get knocked back for something, say it's an apartment and they say no, okay, you just ignore that and you just say, no, it's all working out. It's all working out. It all turns up. Because you never know, someone else might drop out, okay, but really focus on you. It's going to work for you, okay. You've got a heads up about this person. One more card, yeah, the Chariot reversed. They're stuck, they're bored, but the Chariot reverse means that they've got a lack of direction, lack of control, and a total lack of self-awareness going on, okay? And with the Knight as well, they're just lazy. They just want everybody to do it for them, okay? Well, you've got your own ships coming in, and you deserve it, all right? So I love you very much.